21 has started. That's the men's Collegiate Novice C in lane 1, Oregon State. Lane 2, Orange Coast College. Lane 3, University of San Diego. Lane 4, UC Irvine. Lane 6, UC Davis. And Washington State is in lane number 6. As we approach the 500-meter mark, Orange Coast College, your race leader by 1 boat length over Oregon State. Orange Coast rowing in lane 2, Oregon State in lane 1. Third position is owned by the Toreros, University of San Diego. Fourth spot goes to UC Irvine. And fifth position, UC Davis, followed by Washington State University. That's the call at 600 meters, event number 21, men's Collegiate Novice C.
Novice C will have, this is the third of 3, meaning the first 2 will move forward to their grand final. And checking lane assignments, it is Oregon State University in lane number 1, Orange Coast College in lane 2, University of San Diego in lane number 3, then out to the outside lanes. Irvine is in lane 4, Davis in 5, and Washington State in lane number 6.
Yes, the petite final is this evening at 6:20, and that will be for places 3 and 4. And the grand final for the first and second place finishes will be tomorrow at 11:20. In that earlier race, we saw some crazy steering, and people have a tendency to hold the coxswains responsible for that. But these coxswains are steering a 60-foot long boat in this crosswind with a rudder the size of a credit card. And with novice rowers, not all blades get in at the same time, so that can have quite an impact on their ability to hold a straight line. I suspect, though, in that Santa Clara boat, with the way they were moving around, that they did have some equipment problem with their rudder.
You weren't a coxswain, were you, Patty?
No, but I've had to coach them, and I'm fully sympathetic with the challenges of novice rowing.
That was kind of a cheap shot. Sorry about that.
All good.
Okay, in this race coming down in lane number 2, Orange Coast College is hanging on to the lead as the crews come through the first 1,000 meters. And Oregon State is in second spot there in lane number 1 there. Then to the outside shoulder of Orange Coast College is the University of San Diego. And then it goes for lane 4 and then out to lane 6. So lane 4, Irvine, and lane 6, Washington State, with Davis trailing. 750 meters to go. Orange Coast College continues to hang on to the lead. Frankly, as a 2-year university or 2-year college, they have done such an outstanding job with their program over the years, and they are always competitive when they come down here to the San Diego Crew Classic. They are currently on the lead, but they are being challenged a little bit on the outside by the University of San Diego, and the 2 of those crews are leaving Oregon State behind a little bit. Then we have some open water, and it appears that Washington State on the far outside has picked it up a bit, with Irvine and Davis trailing. With about 500 meters to go, Orange Coast College continues to hang on to the lead. USD made a run at him, and now Oregon State is making a run. USD has fallen back slightly, and Oregon State along the shoreline is taking a run at the leader from the outset, Orange Coast College. There's open water back to Irvine, Washington State, and then Davis. Orange Coast College continues to hang on to the lead, but Oregon State has ratcheted up their stroke to about 38, and they have made a run along the shoreline, and they're making a serious challenge. University of San Diego has fallen back just a bit. They're in that 3rd position. Remember, the top 2 will move forward to the grand final, the next 2 to the petite, and the remainder of the crowd will be running later this evening. Orange Coast College trying to hold off Oregon State. Oregon State in a furious run, but the 2 of those may qualify to move on as the University of San Diego has fallen back. It is Orange Coast College in lane number 2 with a 5-seat lead over Oregon State University along the shoreline, and the University of San Diego now is back by a stern to bow marker situation against Oregon State, and it looks like the Toreros will finish in that third position. Then there's a lot of open water back, and now we have a kind of an interesting battle going on between Irvine and Washington State, and they are bow marker to bow marker with about 100 meters to go. Looking back at our finish, it is Orange Coast College, the apparent yet unofficial winner, followed by Oregon State and then USD. We're going to turn our attention now to Irvine in the middle of the course in lane number 4 on the outside, Washington State. It is Irvine and Washington State in a race for that 4th position. Irvine, Washington State is number 6 and Irvine is number 4. It is Washington State and Irvine, bow marker to bow marker. It is Washington State slightly ahead. They've made a furious charge here at the end. We'll wait for the unofficial finish because the orange or the orange balls that you see there are not the actual finish line, and so that is a little bit past the finish line. And we will see right there with Orange Coast College finishing off and followed by Oregon State. That is the finish right there. But the exciting finish happened down the course just a little bit, and here they come as Washington State is on the outside, and it looks like they may have picked up the victory over UC Irvine in that final charge. Washington State coming from far back.
And that can be a heartbreaker. Right, so we're looking at the screen now, and the finish line's actually lined up with that yellow line on the board. So what those two crews were racing for right there was the award of moving on to the petite final. The 3 and 4 move on to the petite final, and 5, 6, and 7, if there is one, are done for the day. They're packing their boats up and putting them on the trailer. So that was pretty awesome.